Okay, so the reason why I'm showing this picture here is because when I told my dad that his cigarette smoke, how he was literally smoking a cigarette like 5 inches away from my face and blowing his cigarette smoke in my face, I told him how it was affecting my eye. He told me with the SHIT eating grin that I always had a messed up eye. But as you all saw in that picture, I didn't. So the dude was gaslighting me. Also, if you all remember in other clips how he was complaining about how I leave a mess and I'm messy and all this stuff, I'm not gonna say I'm not, but this is his refrigerator. This stuff has spoiled food that's like 2 years expired. And even when I was trying to clean it up for him, he was cussing me out over throwing away his expired food. And then he tried to give this expired food to one of his employees, like he was trying to poison them. I'm like, dude, that food is rotten. The fridge was actually shut off because the power was off for 3 days. So I'm like, you can't be giving rotten food like that. And he grit his teeth at me and said, no, it's not. And this is the fridge that I was trying to clean up. And he was complaining to me about that when I was trying to use alcohol to literally disinfect the refrigerator. This is him having moldy food in there. I told him that the mold spreads to other food. Right here, I don't know if this dude's demon possessed or what. I mean, look at those eyes, bruh. Those eyes look super demon possessed. And when he be cussing me out, his eyes literally change right in front of me. It's like the craziest thing ever. Also, for some reason, he tied a black bandana in the middle of this power cord, like almost like a message, like maybe like a gang message. I'm not sure, but you know how bandanas are. Anyways, this is when I cleaned his kitchen, right? He has his kitchen all messy and whatnot. You see that he's got some holes in his own cabinet there. I don't know if he punched that or did something to that or not, but he's talked about how he could punch through cabinets and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, I cleaned up his room, just tried to show that I would clean up for him, and he still would cuss me out. And then I'm showing this right here because he put this in the sink. But one day, when I cleaned up the whole place for him, he then wanted to complain to me about a grain of rice in the sink. Like he literally just wanted something to complain and cuss me out for, to where he said, he was cussing me out over a grain of rice. So I'm like, wow, so this dude puts this in the sink and it's got several grains of rice. And then right here, yes, my dad did make this racist joke about an employee at one point. This is also a picture of when I sawed my leg when I was in a psychosis episode for a month prior before this. Kept going on for quite a while after this, which is why they've been saying it's like schizophrenia spectrum. But yeah, he actually tried to handle my cut wound with dirty hands. And I even called him out for it, and he didn't even care. Like, he literally did not care. Like, it was like he was trying to get my leg infected or something. I'm not sure. So, I mean, but I know for a fact when I be messing with my own wounds or cuts or anything like that, I definitely, repeat, definitely clean my hands. I wash my hands, try to make sure that nothing gets in them. But he was dealing with my wound with dirty hands, and trying to think as well too. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that I haven't been messy at times, and recently I kind of was doing a couple things on purpose because even when I was cleaning up after him, he was still cussing me out. So I tried to like kind of like prove a point at one point, like, you know, even when I do clean, you cuss me out, and when I don't do anything, you really cuss me out. And that's why I'm like, that's how you know the difference, when you know when I am cleaning up after anything that you're having to mess with or anything like that, you still go off on me. Just like I was trying to clean one of his dish racks, that red dish rack, as you saw in the pictures, and he literally got upset because I was putting rubbing alcohol on it, and he's like, scrub it like a man, scrub it like a man. I'm like, fool, this thing's been dirty for 2 years. You ain't ever thought to scrub it like a man. That's why you're a top tier punk. My dad's a punk, dude. As you could hear, he even said, I make mistakes, when he picked the door lock when I was in the bathroom, and he knew I was in the bathroom, and he came in on me with a knife. Just like he's been trying to trigger episodes since early 2020, because he's been doing disrespectful stuff to my face. Just like he told me he would run me over. One day he said, if I have to, I will. So it's like there he is confirming if he had to run me over, he would. Why would you need to run me over? But then the other day when I brought it back up to him, then he wanted to be like, you were trying to run in front of my truck. I'm like, that's not even true. We weren't even talking in the truck. But see there, you know you did me wrong. You know you threatened me saying that you would run me over. Because first off, you're saying if I have to, I will. And then you also said, I'm ready to die right now. I'll do whatever it takes. So this dude's been throwing threats in my face for years. This is abuse and neglect. And I want people to know this. I'm not really posting it just for you all. I'm actually posting it for someone else to see. Yeah, but Mr. Donald Trump is the closest thing to the Antichrist, and the American people won't allow the people up top to get away with this and that. Yeah, that's him, dude. That's him, because he always knew. I never liked Donald Trump. I never liked anything with politics, really, after... trying to think. I stopped liking politics shortly after 2019 because I was trying to watch Rachel Maddow with Etika in New York, and he told me that she was full of BS and whatnot, and don't listen to them. And over time, I started realizing, I guess politics is just a sham, and never liked it. But yeah, my dad's been trying to fill my head with thoughts since before late 2020. And him and other people purposefully tried to increase my stress levels so that then they can use my episodes against me. So it's create the problem, have the solution. In fact, I've talked to a couple of people who've worked in the medical field, and they talk about how people will actually do that. Purposely try to make you lose your mind, so then they can use it against you in the future, whether it be to institutionalize you or whether it be to get you in trouble in other ways. And yeah, my dad doesn't want to be considered, I guess. This is just my opinion personally. I believe my dad doesn't want to be considered a co-conspirator because the years aren't up yet for him to not be considered one. The statutes. Rakib, though, I guess with his conspiracies, his statutes are already up, so he feels pretty good right now, the little skeevy worm. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mirandy. And who else? Mirandy, CCal N, and I guess Glitch X City would know more about Rakib, because you're also going to see here too Courtney Williams, who is Glitch X City. She separated herself from Rakib after Rakib tried to pressure her to slander me. And then that's when she took her statements back that she made about me and then said, I'm no longer affiliated. And then she also, too, apologized to me. Let me think. When did she apologize to me? I think it was, I can't recall when, but she apologized about slandering my name. So I just want to see if Glitch will confirm or deny that she did. Because if so, then you can't trust a single word from her mouth.